Hey, all right! It's time for Super Beard Bowl Season 3. It's the same, but different. You'll see what I mean. You got Alex, you got Brett, and you got a Sega Saturn, and they've stolen every game from the TLBG office, and who knows which one they're gonna play. Will it even work? Who knows? It's a very old machine. See you there! The next public vote begins Monday, so don't miss it. Excelsior!
All right, folks, welcome back to this is like a sequel. This is like a really interesting, it's like an interesting sort of version of Beard Bowl. Where,
yeah, it's like Pokemon Black 2, White 2.
Yeah, exactly right. And I thought we were going to do it for a third time, but finally people got tired of it without even seeing
you guys
the rest of it. But
get tired of Dreamcast. You were like, yeah, let's see some more old-ass Sega games played by a dude at a computer somewhere, probably. It's us with a fucking Sega Saturn. Here on Beard Bowl.
Now, just to be clear, the Sega Saturn, if you don't know, came before the Sega Dreamcast, so this is a little bit older even than the previous one, but it's like a history lesson,
series,
right?
Then.
Yeah, it's like the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, but instead of sweet lightsaber fights, it's just people sitting in the comments begging us to make each game a full series.
Kind of similar. Yeah. But today we got something brand new. Did we didn't have a racing game last time, did we?
No, I don't think so. And this is honestly, to me, one of my favorite racing games, period, in life.
Well, yeah, Sega Rally Championship.
It's a classic. I'm just going to jump in. This game has 2 cars. I think you can unlock a third one. Should I practice or should I just go?
How far we've come. Just race, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm just going to race.
This game has 2 cars.
Yeah, this game has 2 cars. I like this car better than this car, so I'm going to take it, the BMW one. I think it's a BMW. You can't really tell. And then there's I think 4 tracks, and you just play through them. It's like a straight port of the arcade game.
I really want to see the back of the box blurbs, like bullet points, being like 2 cars, 4 tracks. Welcome to Sega Rally Championship, you little ass kids who are watching. Check it out.
I gotta play outside. The car.
I gotta play. Oh, the view. I see.
Yeah, kind of makes me.
You get a chance though. Give everybody in home a view of what it looks like when you switch views for a second. That was a zebra. Oh my god. Ooh.
This is what it looks like
when you're riding on the hood of the car like Zoe Bell.
Yeah, exactly. I want to do it.
Auckland, it's our biggest city.
Oh shit.
What does he say? Over jump.
Over jump. Easy left.
Keep it left. Or easy left?
Yeah, he's telling me it's like the guy sitting next to me in the car because it's a rally car, right?
No, I get the conceit. I just don't understand his words.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's Sega Saturn. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
nice.
The Sega. I mean, honestly, to be fair, that was a good turn.
That was.
Sega Saturn is like the first time when, for a lot of people like us, the games actually resembled the arcade games in any way.
This is kind of true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at Pac-Man on NES, but you can fucking tell which one's the arcade and which one's not. With Sega Rally, you can definitely tell. Same thing with Daytona, which I think is the other game that's really popular on here. I was always a Sega Rally guy when I was a kid, but Daytona is also hype. Daytona has the better song.
It's funny you mentioned that because the racing game I had on Sega Saturn was Daytona USA Championship Edition or whatever. And my good friends,
that was the hype one.
This game is actually kind of important in my life now that I think about it.
Daytona?
Because this game, Sega Rally Championship, because I never owned it. However, it was, right around the time when I got a Sega Saturn was about the time that I started a new school. I joined in 5th grade. And, I didn't have any friends because I was very new there. But very, very, very early on, I got to know this guy and his brother, Harold and Hans. And no, they're not white. They're not German.
They're two weightlifters?
No. They're not 2 turn of the century's weightlifters who wear a singlet.
1910 strongmen with one strap over one shoulder.
They have big curly mustaches and wear a singlet. No, they're not those guys. No, actually, they're 2 Haitian black brothers. One's my age, one's 2 years older. Shout outs to them. I don't know why I said that because they're not watching, but
they're too busy. They have too many weights to lift. They have too many full chickens to eat or whatever they fucking did back then.
But they came up to me very early on when like my school career there, and were like, "We heard you had a Sega Saturn," which is true. I must have been talking about it with someone there. And
wait a minute, real quick.
Yeah,
you got to hear this jingle here.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. He's like, "Aren't you excited for the game over?"
Honestly, not a bad thought.
That shit was, they have a good attitude about it, right?
Okay, so you have a Sega Saturn. They're
like, "I heard you have a Sega Saturn." I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "We have a Sega Saturn too," and that was huge. That's like, that's like finding like another black person in the middle of like Tokyo. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And finding another American black person in Tokyo that you don't know,
like the Neo Geo Pocket Color, same deal.
And so we kind of bonded over that. But very early on, they were like, "We should like trade games, like just to borrow," like because.
Is this going to be another one of those stories where they never called you again?
Well, no, they're still my friends. We're good.
Oh, okay.
This is the opposite. This was the trust that got built up that led to me having too much trust in some girl I met over a phone line.
This really is like the prequel to the other series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So I was very cautious and wary at first. I didn't want to do it, but eventually they wore me down, and we traded some games, and I must have let them try out Daytona USA, but the one they let me try out was this, and I didn't have much fun with it. Like, I thought this game, I much prefer Daytona to this in terms of content and controls. This shit is like far more like realistic in my opinion. It's a little bit more real, yeah. But like the controllers are so fucking slippery. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I was just used to the other one, so I really didn't like it. But what I did like was forming bonds as like a 10-year-old over a very niche video game system in the middle of Los Angeles. And that was like the start of like some of my oldest friendships, man. It's crazy. So thanks, Sega Rally Championship.
Saturn.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the thing with Sega Saturn where you get the cable and you can like connect two Sega Saturns?
What? No. For what purpose? Like multiplayer?
Yeah, like you know how like Daytona in the arcades, like there'd be like five or six or whatever.
Like multiple drivers, like 4 or 5 people?
Yeah, like a bank of Daytona machines that all were networked together.
No, I've never done that, and I defy you to tell me that you've done it.
I've done it at an arcade, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, but like with Sega Saturns, fuck that.
No. I've never done it, but like that was a thing you could do with those games. I found that out recently when I was trying to like over COVID, I got into like collecting more games for my Saturn. And yeah, that's just one of the things I found out is that there's a fucking link cable for Sega Saturns.
What an incredible piece of technology that no one ever used, because if you ever did find another Sega Saturn owner out in the wild, you should just play the lottery that day and win, because that's the odds that you're dealing with.
Yeah. I wouldn't trust them. I'd be like, how did you know about this?
That's exactly what I felt about, man. Like when they were like, I heard you had a Sega Saturn. I'm like, yeah.
I thought my parents built this. Come on, son of a bitch. Damn. This is actually pretty tough.
Talk to them about the controls, because I remember it being slippery as hell, dude.
Well, that's the thing about racing games on D-pads, because like I'm not using the Knights controller, if you guys know what that is. I'm using the
So
I can't beat level 2. Are you kidding me?
Keep trying.
I'm not using the Knights controller that like kind of looks like a Dreamcast controller. You seen that thing?
Probably, kind of.
Yeah, well, you can look up a picture of one. That's the one that, like, once the stick started to become more of a thing, racing games sort of, like, figured themselves out a little bit more. But if you think about, like, a steering wheel and how you use it to drive a car, right?
Yeah.
Like, you leave it where it is to, like, drive. Like, you hold it when you want the wheels to be in a specific position.
Moving the steering wheel is mostly about correction as you drive.
Yeah, and so with a D-pad, it's a little different. Like, you kind of have to like tap, and like kind of learn the feeling of how it feels to like when it shifts from being a turn to like holding it. It's really like weird. So if you've ever driven a Cadillac, like an old school Cadillac, like that everybody's grandparents had, like one of those big type of cars. That's kind of what it feels like here. I mean, obviously this is a rally game, so you're on dirt, so it's still like it's naturally a little slippery, but just
that's what it felt like. That's what I remember. I just remember like comparing it to Daytona. It felt like I had no control, and I understand it's a very different type of game. That's my memories of this fucking thing.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think if I had a wheel, this game would be a little easier because I play racing games all the goddamn time, right? But playing it like this with a D-pad is very, like, it doesn't feel like I have adequate, like, control of the car, if you know what I'm saying.
Are there any unlockables in this motherfucker?
There, I think, is a car. I think if I beat all the game, including the extra level that unlocks
when you game. There's 2 tracks.
There's 4 tracks.
Oh, right,
but I think the fourth one is like, I think the fourth track is like fake. Like it's not fake, but like secret. And then if you do it all good and you get a good time, you get like a third car, I think. I might have to switch to practice eventually because I don't know if I'm ever going to see these other tracks otherwise.
Yeah, how do you get the other tracks? Like, what's going on?
So this is one of those games, like arcade style, where like the time just keeps going down.
Oh my god!
And you get checkpoints, right? Like that's how this game works.
Yeah, this was like back when they were like, all right, we're gonna port something to home consoles. Like, I don't know, should we maybe change fundamentally the way the game works now that people aren't dumping quarters into it? It's like, nah, just it's still time going down.
If you ever played the sequels to this game, like on Xbox 360 and shit, they finally, I mean, eventually they did. This is one of the best racing game franchises that Sega's ever made, like in general. But this one, obviously, I mean, look, it's from 1995 or whatever. I get it, but like, I don't know, like, it looks like a racing game, but it really is just like an arcade game. Like, it really is like a game that wants to boot you off the machine.
Right. And that's okay. Yeah. I think you're killing it, brother.
I'm trying to like figure out the drifting a little better, but man,
fuck me. Yeah,
the draw distance is not amazing, and there's no picture of the track.
That's what your dude is for. Like when he's telling you, you know. Also, the colors help you too. Like, you know, the things are like, oh, he's saying easy. He's saying easy right, easy left. Long, medium right. You got this.
Oh my god. It's really just the figuring out the turning that's...
Come on, you beautiful bastard! Yeah! Wow. Nice.
That could not have been more on the line there.
You totally botched the hairpin turn, but most of those turns early on in that race, you were cruising USA, baby.
You know why? Because I fucking, like, disassociated from my hands. That's, like, the secret to all racing games. Like, I was talking about that a little bit when we played Gran Turismo, but, like, racing is the perfect level of difficulty. Talking to someone while you're racing is, like, peak like flow state recipe.
Gotta get in the zone,
like
baby.
When I'm alone, I do like a podcast or something that I have to like listen to.
Right.
But when you're talking to someone while you're doing a racing game, it really is like...
Oh my god. Fuck me.
Oh,
yeah, that's a hard one. Medium right, maybe. I don't know.
Medium right, baby. I mean, friend. I mean, coworker.
Oh, this is a higher parent, baby. Let's go. Yeah, that's tough. Oh, so close.
God damn.
I'd love it. Like, I'd prefer if he said medium right, baby. Like, someone's that confident sitting next to you. But if he's like, medium right, maybe, I don't know.
Game over, yeah!
So there's really no other modes in this son of a bitch? There's nothing?
I'll show you. There's practice, and there's time trial.
There's race,
and you can like play against. Yeah. Well, this is not a race. This is you're racing against your own heart. I'm gonna go to arcade again. I'm gonna take one more time around on the championship. I'm gonna use the other car just to see. I'm not ready to move on to manual transmission.
Yeah, fuck that noise. This shit was hot, man. When we were 11, this shit was hot. You were even younger. You were like, you must have been 9.
Yeah, I was pretty young for this, but I got most of my games after. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't like buying new games.
I see.
Like my Dreamcast, I got like in 2000, like after the PS2 was long out, and I already had a PS2.
Oh damn! I had to get the Dreamcast. I had to get it for Why did I have to get that? I think I was just hype
like,
on Sega consoles.
See guys coming.
Oh, I know what it was. It was Marvel vs. Capcom. They were like porting Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm like, well, I know what I'm doing.
So, dude, we really played a good little selection of Dreamcast games, huh?
Yeah.
For your
and we
personal
got a
life.
good selection of these games ready for you guys too. Hopefully you enjoy it.
I'm actually really excited about some of these games, like just being able to show people them and stuff. I really love the Sega Saturn. It has such a vibe.
I love the Sega Saturn as well, man. This shit feels like my childhood for sure.
Sega Saturn's fantastic. Sega Nomad, another fantastic thing that people who weren't Sega kids might not remember.
Fuck that Nomad, dude.
Dude, it was great. It was like a Nintendo Switch in 1995.
Yeah. It was like having a Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
You could plug in another controller to the bottom, and you could plug the Nomad into the TV.
Let me tell you
that shit was
something, okay?
lit.
Let me tell you something. First of all, I thought that the Sega Saturn was backwards compatible before I even knew what backwards compatible meant. I thought it was because it had clearly like a Sega Genesis slot in the back.
Oh, yeah, you guys should look at a picture of it. It's a dirty trick.
I thought I could just do it, and I was like, perfect, because when I moved, like, house, right when Sega Saturn came out, like, I was at school when the moving people came, so my Genesis got packed up. Problem is, when we moved, they like put it deep in storage, and I was like, imagine your favorite console that you've had for years gets put into storage while you're at school, and then you just can't get it for like ever again.
It's like when your pet dies, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I'll get the Sega Saturn then, because I had the games but not the console, and I was like,
right.
I'll just like play them on the Sega Saturn. Try it the first day I get the Sega Saturn. Nope, sorry kid, can't do it. Okay, fine.
Cry forever. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was very, very upset. But then guess what happened, motherfucker? Fucking oh man. Yeah, that's the one. That one is rough.
I gotta tell you, this car that I haven't touched in a decade, it's way better than the other car.
In terms of what, handling?
It's like when you haven't had Pepsi for like 15 years because you're like, I'm a Coke man, and then you try Pepsi and you're like, do I like Pepsi more than Coke? So
Which one do you like better?
This car to me obviously is a better performing car, handles better than the other car.
Interesting.
I was going purely off design because my friend's dad had a BMW when I was a kid.
Maybe it's traction. Maybe it's got more traction. Who knows? That's what any car in this game that has more traction, I'm picking it. Fuck that noise.
Yeah, I mean, literally, there's only two, so.
it's so slippery, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Oh, what was I talking about? I was talking about I got this. Yeah, I couldn't have my Genesis.
Because you think you can put the thing in the top, but really it's just an expander for the memory so that it can like play Darkstalkers really well.
Right, that's actually very true.
Or Metal Slug looks like as good as it does on Neo Geo on here if you've ever played that.
What my point was. Fuck, I fucked up. Oh well. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I had a good time with the Sega Saturn.
You were talking about how you thought you could play Genesis games.
Yeah, but that was like the lead-in to my point.
Oh.
Must have been about like disappointment or something, or like how much I love this system or something. Oh well. Oh, you got this. You got this. Beautiful.
It's the farthest I've been.
Yeah, true. Nice, nice. Fuck that car.
Get out of. What are you doing? Get it.
Easy left, maybe.
Resident Evil 4 town?
Mátalo.
Voy a hacer picadillo. Voy a matar.
Give it one more try.
Voy a hacer picadillo.
I bet you that's pretty close.
Oh, boy.
All right. Practice a course. Wait, I just pressed B, didn't I? Shit. This is dumb because B is go back, but it's also accelerate.
Oh, yeah, this was good times. The Sega fucking Saturn, man.
All right, let's do practice this time. Oh, I can just go to mountain. See, it's expert. Oh, shit. I keep pressing B.
Do you know why I bought a Sega Saturn, though? Like, I was talking about the fucking Nomad.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, listen, goddammit.
What? What's wrong with the Nomad?
So you understand, like, where I was with my Sega Genesis games, right? Thought I'd be able to reclaim them all. So then I'm like, all right, let's do the Nomad. This will be a perfect compromise. Go to Toys R Us to get the Nomad. Pick up the Nomad. So excited, I brought a cartridge with me in the store so I can begin playing at checkout. That's exactly what I do. I put the fucking 8 AA batteries, not an exaggeration, into the Sega Nomad. Before we even leave the store, the batteries die.
No.
No.
Not a joke, not an exaggeration,
How
not a
long were you
hoax,
in the
not a
store?
dream.
Not a hoax, not a dream.
Not a hoax, not a dream.
What?
Hope you survive the experience. Nice.
What?
Ugh.
What? How long were you in the store?
Couple minutes. That thing sucked
No.
batteries, bro. Maybe you have
well,
fond memories of the Nomad because you always played with like plugged into the wall or something. But I
100%,
remember being so
100%.
disappointed that like within minutes of first turning it on, it was like, I'm hungry. I was through. I was done.
For me, portable means I can play it in my room,
I see. Fair enough.
like when I'm a kid. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
But the fact that you could take it to your cousin's house, whose parents didn't let you have video games, and you could plug it to the TV and plug in a controller to the bottom, that's awesome.
I returned it. We returned it immediately, like in the store.
Oh man, maybe that's the copy that we got. We got like the last new in-box Sega Nomad around. My cousin Derek did.
I remember playing Game Boy plugged in a lot.
Yeah, I remember our parents used to team up to figure out the Nomad for Derek because they didn't want him to have a home console. He got a PlayStation 1 the year I got my PlayStation 2.
Jesus, poor kid.
Yeah.
Medium right, baby.
I remember this one time we were eating dinner and my aunt got mad at me for talking about how fun my PlayStation 2 was.
Why would she get mad?
Because she was like, some of us can't afford to buy PlayStation 2s.
You're right. I'll just
And I was
never
like-
speak again about the things I enjoy. You're right.
Yeah. It was like on Twitter. People are like, why don't you have a show in fucking Missouri where I live? I'm like, I don't know.
Why don't you
All
have
right.
a show in Missouri where I live? Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been two almost 40-year-old niggas griping about things that are 30 years old. Hope you enjoyed
Hey,
it.
listen, I'm still on the front 9 of 30. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling young.
The front nine.
I'm on the front 9 years of my 30th decade.
Fair enough. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back with some more Sega Saturn for you guys next time. Let us know if you enjoyed it, man.
Oh yeah, Sega Rally. Don't believe in magic. Don't
be so quick to walk away.
Don't believe in magic.